Då är det Wayne Coynes tur att här på min festival. And Wayne, you're already starting up with the name of the festival.
Yeah, it'll be called something that lets you know that we're not kidding around. It's like rock out, motherfuckers. You know, whatever your festival, what you want to call it, would be here, you know. So if it would be in Sweden, it would be something Swedish or American, but it would mean we're gonna rock out, you know. And this is for adults, and it's going to be loud and it's going to be out of control. But you know, because people, we play so many festivals, and people always ask, well, what's the, who are you looking forward to seeing? But when you said it could be anybody, I mean, I would think, why wouldn't people think they would want to see like a group like the Beatles? I mean, like a group that you've heard your whole life. So I'd say let's put the Beatles. The Beatles could reunite. Or you could go back in time and you could see the Beatles. Yeah. Maybe they're going to play the Revolver record. You know, how great.
So an album show.
Well, or that would be that era. You know what I mean? Where they're playing, those songs. Yeah. And then, and maybe we'd say like Pink Floyd, with maybe with Sid, back. I mean, because we read so much about that era, and your mind thinks about what it must have been like to see them back then. But yeah, it'd be great to be able to see them. And then there's so many even great groups today. I mean, I saw Radiohead even just a week ago. But I'd be
very good.
Yeah, they were great. They were at Lollapalooza in America, and even seeing Radiohead just now today. Wouldn't that's great too.
I saw a fantastic show with them.
And I'm just trying to think who else would.
You have done a version of Queen's
Bohemian Rhapsody.
How about
I like Queen. When I saw them, they played in Oklahoma City. I liked them. And they even for back in the day, they had a great big crazy light show. And Freddie Mercury is so great. He's just so shameless. He just seemed like everything was so easy for him. But I don't know if I'd put them at the top of my list. I mean, I would say even like a group like the Rolling Stones. Yeah.
And in particular, but then we have to discuss which Rolling Stones.
Yeah. Well, I would go back to like maybe like 1969 era or something. Yeah. But that's us just getting to pick, or like Miles Davis.
Wow, and that's also very important with the
69, 1970 or something. Yeah, let's say 1970. Like just past Bitches Brew era or something like that. Yeah, wouldn't this be great if we could really do this? Yeah.
But it's really a classic lineup. Radiohead is
well, I travel the world so much and we play so many festivals. There are a lot of groups I see them, even though they are like, wow, I've never seen them, and then I get to see them. But I'm never going to get to see the Beatles, or I'm never going to get. And so if you get to dream big, why not? And I guess I wouldn't mind seeing Elvis Presley, but I'd never cared that much. No. I mean, if he was playing today, I would appreciate it more just because he had a great band and everything.
So many comparisons between the work you have done with the early Beach Boys stuff.
Oh yeah. I actually interviewed Brian Wilson, but it's very difficult. He's such a weird, unpredictable guy, and I don't think he's ever been thought of as being, overly relaxed or articulate, so it's difficult, and I asked him questions about like his influence, like when he was, especially like when the Beatles and Jimi Hendrix were making all kinds of feedback and all that, why the Beach Boys didn't do that sort of thing. And it just freaked him out. I don't think I ever got an answer. He told me it made him feel like he was swimming underwater. And it threw me for such a loop. I didn't know what to say. And I like the Beach Boys, but I don't come at it from the same, type of ideas that they do. I mean, they come out very musical and very organized and very, it's about harmonies and arranging and all that. And I think we sound very harmonic and we do have dense arrangements, but we don't come at it necessarily from a musical standpoint. We end up sounding musical sometimes, I think, almost by accident. We just start doing stuff and we either like it and keep going or we don't, you know. But I never really make the comparison to the Beach Boys because I think of them as being more, you know, they're such a musical and especially a singing group, you know, and we're not. Even though we sing a lot, we're really still a very strange experimental, you know, punk rock band. Yeah. But I think our experiments make us seem more melodic than we probably even realize, you know. So I don't know. I mean, we do get compared to a lot of even I can think of even like Pink Floyd and stuff, you know. And but I relate more to the Pink Floyd type of, you know, way that they make music because they're not really, you know, when they started, they weren't really like musicians either. You know, they're more like art students who thought, you know, playing music was fun. And that certainly is the way I started. You know, I'm not really a musician. I mean, I can play music to a certain extent, but I'm playing my version of music. It's real simple and I get to do my thing to it, you know. So, but I mean, I think a lot of these types of groups, I mean, I relate to that, their entire vision, not just the music, the way that they present their shows and the things they sing about, and so.
Just to finish this,
who do we have?
It's still a mystery where the festival is going to happen. Is it in Oklahoma City?
Why don't we do it? It would be on the moon, if that's possible, or
things possible in PSL's festival
station. See, we're hoping that we're the first band that plays on the International Space Station. Yeah. But I would hate the fact that I have to take all that equipment up in a giant rocket. But I would do what I have to do, you know. But I fear that would, you know, if that comes true, wouldn't it be just frightening to sit on the launch pad and know that you're on the below you is like millions of gallons of this stuff that's just going to blow up underneath you. Yeah, or using those space toilets. I mean, I think about it all the time.
You're frightened about that. I mean, you're rolling around in that big plastic bumper.
Yeah, well, I was frightened of that at first, but now that I've done it 100 times, I feel like that's probably going to work. But no, I get very stressed out about you know, even flying in airplanes. It seems it's wonderful that you get to do it, but again, it's because I don't understand it. I feel like it's frightening. You know,
how much are the tickets?
The tickets, I don't know. You know, I always sort of feel like if it's too cheap, people don't understand it. But let's say what would be a fair price? Yeah, I know. I mean, you see the Beatles, Pink Floyd. We wouldn't want to charge people too much money. Let's make the state pay for it as part of an art program. Yeah. All right, state paid, and you can come, but you have to be a kind person to enter. You have to be kind, yeah, and that would be the only thing asked of you. Wouldn't that be great if that was really true, though? That just if you were a decent, nice person, that the world was more open to you than the mean motherfuckers out there who don't deserve it. Yeah.